And I'd like for each of you to think about whatever business that you're in, whatever profession that you're in, what civic organization or association, excuse me, or professional organization are you involved in? And when we talk about the power of the civic involvement to power your business profitability is something that I've curated in my own life. I'm actually involved in over 50 different civic associations. Now, what is civic associations could mean many things to many people. You can go from MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. You can go from that extreme to any area you can even begin to imagine. You can go to your church, your sororities, your fraternities. If you are in a profession, you have professional licenses. They also have an association. So what I began to look at is that in my business, and this is one of the, this on the screen here, is called Go for the Greens. And this is an organization that every summer, for those of us that are women, and Calvin, I think it was Calvin, who talked about what he wanted to do in helping to support women in growing in different areas. Go for the Greens, for me, is one of those civic areas where I can go one place every summer, play golf with a small group of individuals who are presidents and owners of 10 to 20 different women associations. So president of WPO, president, and for those of us that are women, Women's Presidents Organization, We Bank, Women in Public Policy, NAWIC, NAWIC, that's my organization. But anyway, there are so many other women organizations. And many years ago, I spoke at this organization and realized this is where they go to vacation. And I don't think I've missed, if I've missed a year since they started, it may only be one. No matter what else is on my calendar, I move it. Even if I cannot stay the 3 days, if I just go one day, I know exactly who I want to go see. I go, I see that it is like a retreat. It's educational in many ways, but it is a professional civic organization for women to connect with other women at a very, very, very high level in personal and professional development. So I'm gonna go through these. I'm gonna go very fast. If you have questions, if you want to put your questions in the chat, and I will do my very best to answer, but I'm gonna go very fast. Now, when you are civic minded, you are constantly looking for ways to improve the world and for ways to attract the support of the people who will help you achieve your civic dreams. And again, for me, I find that in my profession as a contractor, I started out in the trades, and I'm talking to all of us, wherever you are, whatever you do, who's holding you accountable for your professional growth and development? Oftentimes, that's going to be some kind of civic association. So in the early years, I became a member of ABC, Associated Builders and Contractors, AGC, Association of Builders and Contractors, ABC, Association of General Contractors, AGC. For those of us that's in the construction industry, we know of those organizations and may be members of them. So just in that area alone, I am involved with at least 10 construction-related civic associations, from the women's group to the men's group to the Black women's group to the Hispanic group. It doesn't, to the general contractors, to the subcontractors. And this particular picture I have here is from an organization called FES. And that is an association for engineers. I'm not an engineer, but my clients are. And just quick story, my first meeting that I ever went to years ago, I arrived not realizing a day early. It's my first meeting many years ago. And I knew that my clients were going to this conference and I wanted to go. but I didn't realize the day I chose to go was a day before the conference started. I walk into the conference, true story, you cannot make this up. I walk into the conference, it's empty. It's empty, just me and some signs. And I'm walking and I'm walking and I'm trying to understand, how did I get it wrong? But I didn't get it wrong. I got it right. Why? Because I walked by a door and there were about 15 guys sitting, no women at all. And when I walked by the door, I saw one person that I knew. He waved. I've not seen anybody this whole time. I walk in, I don't know it is a board meeting. I don't know that. So he waved, they're eating, I'm hungry. I walk in, they invite me to sit. Got to my left, everybody's white, one black person, which was the one that waved. The white guy sitting to my left, he turns to me and he said, "Hi, welcome. Would you like to be our treasurer?" I said, "Sure, sure." True story. I've been on the board for that organization for a very long time, a very, very long time. What's my point? My point is whatever organization that relates to who you are, what you do, and elevating your mindset, your skill set, and your profitability. How do you know who they are? And I'm going to keep going fast because I'm not going to go through all 50. I will show you my list and we'll go to the next one. This is an award that I received for DBIA. And for those of us that might be in the state of Florida, if you know about the city of Riviera Beach, I'm from that city. I was approached by the city 4 or 5 years ago to do a public-private partnership. Long story very short, I ended up helping them write the RFP, responded to the RFP, won the RFP to build 5 fire stations that turned out to be, we're on the 3rd one now. But the project was so successful, we won 2 awards at this conference. This is an association, DBIA, and somebody can put that in the chat. I can give you, you can get the details. And so we ended up winning 2 awards for the design of the fire stations. And if you're ever driving through Riviera Beach, you can exit on Blue Heron Boulevard off 95 and go east. 2 lights, and our beautiful fire station is right there on the corner. We have 3. I just found out last Friday that same fire station is up for a national award in Vegas in a couple of months. And so again, DBIA and being involved in that organization has helped elevate my brand, my business, and also my profitability. Next slide, please. Now, I only showed those pictures. This is just a list, and I'm gonna go through this very fast. Can you click the list? This is almost 50 different organizations, or we can, are you able to click the link, Victoria, to just kind of scroll through?
Yep, bring it up.
All right, so now while she's doing that, for those of you that may be familiar, I am involved with, I'm the founder of the National Association of Black Women in Construction. And that came out of attending many different civic organizations. I did not realize that God had blessed me and is blessing me. Well, he blessed me to have been around. And I'm glad Marcel mentioned Compto, and it's been mentioned twice. But I came out of Miami-Dade Transit in the 70s when Compto was formed. And God has blessed me to have been around when that organization, Civic, was created. He also blessed me to have been around from when AMAC, and those are minorities in airports. So if you ever go into an airport and see anybody who looked like me standing behind the counter, chances are somebody owns that airport. I was around when that civic organization was formed. He also blessed me to be around, all of this is in Miami, when the National Forum for Black Public Administrators was created in Miami by 3 Black city managers and assistant city managers, one from Fort Lauderdale, one from Miami, and one from Miami-Dade County. They were the founders. I happened to have been coming into the county as an intern at that time and was around when all of those organizations was formed. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this is because I did not see it as the hand of God until almost 30 years later, when God placed on my heart to form the National Association for Black Women in Construction. And the reason I'm sharing that is because in being involved with all of these different organizations, what I'm learning is that they're all in my industry of construction focused by industries and by professions. And so as a part of the National Association of Black Women in Construction, I host a $1 billion luncheon per month per industry. Civic. That's another conversation, another mastermind for another day. But I'm sharing that to say all of that has come from this. So if you can go ahead and scroll down. Now, these are you're going to have to go really, really fast. Alphabetical order. We'll start right here. AASHTO. Now, AASHTO, for those of us that's in any kind of transportation, is where all of our secretaries in the whole United States live. I go to that conference, the national and depending upon the region, every year. Unfortunately, when you look at my skin color, I am normally the only person, or maybe two of us, who are at this conference that's signed on the front of the check. Now, you'll get that later. So let's just keep going through. And I'm just sharing with all of you what I do, right? And you can see the different, just keep going in there, alphabetical order from ABC, ACCA, stop right there for a second. I just came from that conference 2 weeks ago in Phoenix, I think it was. Anyway, and so for those of us who
Denver.
Denver, thank you. Okay, the conference. So for those of us that are minority-owned businesses and we have to get certified, this is a certifying agency and association for those individuals who certify us. Yes, and I've been going there for years. Keep going. ACI, I am in 3 or 4 or 5 airports, all because I go to the airport conference, Civic Association by industry, Keep going. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to the end of this because as you can see, it's a lot. It's in alphabetical order, but this is what I do. This is what I do. I don't need to mention, I'll just keep going. AMAC, that's what AMAC. I just count ASPE as professional estimators. Association of Builders and Con, you can just keep going. Just kind of go fast in case AWWA is water. We have the water contract in Palm Beach County, and we are in the water industry. And I'm just sharing some of what we do by civic associations, because everybody that we work for is involved with a civic association, either professional development wise, as architects, engineers, whatever it is, with your license is in, and or the industry. FEFBA is for those of us that's in facilities that build schools. I can go on and on. Florida Speakers Association, I have a speaking business. And a part of that, I actually sit on the national board for the National Speakers Association. I also created a national Black NSA $1 million mastermind out of a lot of what I've learned to help people understand how to mastermind their profit in their business as a professional speaker and entrepreneur. Okay, all right, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, as you can see. And again, any questions, I'll make myself available because I really wanted to just kind of give you a glimpse of the impact that civic associations can have in your business, but also in your life. And Anthony, I see you shaking your head, going up and down. All right, any questions or comments on what I've shared? We're not going to hold you long because we do have a meeting after this meeting with our members. But any questions or comments about what I've shared so far and how you can utilize this in whatever business or profession that you're in?